Good morning, everyone. Hello, and welcome to What's New Wednesday at Kimberbell on this Wednesday, March 26, 2025. How are you doing today? I hope things are going really well wherever you are in this big wide world. Who do I have joining me today? It looks like Catherine from Edmonton, Alberta, and Virginia from Tullahoma, Tennessee. Hi, Michelle Smith from the Dominican Republic. She says she can't miss Wednesdays. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. Lisa from hot Arizona and Karen from South Carolina. Hi, Rhonda from Iowa and Kathy from Kansas. And the list goes on. So nice to have you join me today. We've got lots to talk about today. I love to have some friends from Kimberbell come on. So I've got two of my friends, Liz and Mookie, who will be joining us today to answer some really pressing questions on background quilting and all sorts of other fun stuff. We do have that 30% off sale going on right now in background quilting. So I thought, okay, this is a perfect time to have them on and talk a little bit more about it. I also have some quick ideas for decorating your home for spring and summer and Easter and 4th of July, all with the basic stuff with just a little switcheroo here and there. So in under 3 minutes, you can decorate for all the seasons and reasons. As I say, we've got giveaways, we've got new stuff to talk about. Oh, it's going to be a packed show. So I'm so happy you're here for all of it. All right. So let's start off with, let me bring up a picture here. We have got, as I mentioned a little bit earlier, a big sale going on for this week's Deal of the Week. 30% off regular priced background quilting. That is pretty amazing, my friends, because that doesn't happen often. And when it does, we like to stock up because once you have them in your library, you have them forever and you have them for all the different things. So 30% off regular priced background quilting. Now's the time to get them for sure. And, it's one of those things that, like I said, you can use it for so many different reasons. So why not? Pretty fun stuff. So check that out. All right. Sew and tell with Kimberbell. Let's do it. Okay. Yep. Spring, Easter, it's in the air. I'm feeling it. Are you feeling it yet? And you guys, I think, are, because you're making all sorts of really cool stuff for this time of the year. So I thought I'd give you a little look at what's going on in the Machine Embroidery with Kimberbell page. Let's take a look at this one. Now, I'm going to go through these kind of quick, but I want you to be inspired by either how someone changed up the colors, or maybe they changed up, the layout of the design and made it something totally new beyond what it was originally. That's always fun to see too. So sit back and prepare to be inspired with this. This one comes from Nancy. Of course, this is Hopping Down the Bunny Trail, but she did it a little bit different. And she's going to hang this valance in her dining room. Love that, Nancy. So again, think beyond just the bench pillow. A valance in her dining room. Who else did something a little different? Shirley, she said that she did this one. And again, as you can see, she's not using it as a table runner. She's using it as a wall hanging. And I love, Shirley, how you put that right there, just hanging nicely on your rod. And it makes it really easy to switch in and out of these bench pillow types of projects, doesn't it? Nicely done. Okay, this one took Hopping Down the Bunny Trail, and she rearranged the blocks to make this. This one comes from Sandy, and she says that she got a little wild with the borders. Yeah, I took a closer look at those borders, and they were so cute, Sandy, because they were the little bunnies on that bunny trail. And I love how you incorporated some stuff from Me Time as well as the Hopping Down the Bunny Trail to make a brand new wall hanging. Way to go. Okay, this one comes from Lita, and she also is hanging this on a rod. She says this is her take on it. And I love that because, you can see there that it looks great again as a wall hanging. Nicely done. How about another wall hanging, but this time a square? Diane says she finally finished. She didn't want a bench pillow, so she loves this version of it. And I do too, Diane. Nicely done. All right, and a couple more. Oh my goodness. Becky, you nailed it with the ladder quilt. She took Hoppin' Down the Bunny Trail, rearranged those blocks, and made it into a ladder quilt. Look at that. Wow. Bravo, my friends. Bravo. Hey, would you be interested in having like maybe a quick little tutorial sometime on What's New Wednesday where I show you how you can take a bench pillow or a quilt or any of the Kimberbell projects and rearrange them into different layouts? Let me know in the comments if that's something that you'd be interested in, because it's really quick and easy to do with just a few little, foundation pieces to know about on how we pull together blocks. And maybe that's something you would like to know as well, right? Okay, yeah. Always interested in tutorials. People are saying, yes, please. Yes, that would be great. Okay, you got it, my friends. You got it. One of these days, I promise it won't be too soon, too long, I guess I should say. I'll pull something like that together for you because it is an interesting way to think about these projects beyond what they're initially created for. So we'll do it. Okay, how about some perfectly pieced inspiration? Look at what's going on right now with perfectly pieced over at metimedelivered.com. We'll put a link in the notes if you're interested in this. But I can't help but just go, oh, that's so cute, right? How about these carrots? Oh my gosh. This comes from Becky, and she put this together. But what I loved that Becky said is that it's building her confidence with each project. I love that, Becky. And isn't that darling? Can you imagine doing those little 2-inch beauties on your sewing machine? No. Look at that center block there. Those are 2-inch carrot blocks. Wow. And then, of course, we've got the darling background quilting that is exclusive to a Perfectly Pieced now. And that looks so pretty on it to finish it off into the pillow that she did. Okay, here's another one right here from Beth. And what I love, Beth, is she says she's collected all the Perfectly Pieced, but this is the first one she stitched out. Beth, I think we all speak the same language. It's all right. You keep going, and hopefully that inspired you to get the rest of your Perfectly Pieced blocks done. Now, with that Perfectly Pieced this month also came this darling in the hoop bunny. Look at this one. As Patty says, someone forgot to separate the bunnies. Yeah. So stinking cute. Patty, are you giving those to some special loved ones in your life this year? Love it. How about this one from Jennifer? Again, look at those blue ears. Ah, so cute. Love the plaid carrots. And moving on from that. Okay, so let's go back. Perfectly Pieced going on right now. Boxes are being sent out. If you ordered it today, you'd get it sent probably today as well. So nicely done. Keep posting those projects. Now, let's look at what Marcy did with a brand new project kit from Kimberbell. This is part of the, the whole rope bowl excitement going on at Kimberbell, but this is specifically a project kit. And so this was Home Sweet Home from Marcy. And in the project kit that's exclusive at Kimberbell, you get all the materials that you need to make that specific rope bowl. So you're going to get the exclusive design, the Home Sweet Home, the rope, the embellishments, the fabric, all of it. So thank you, Marcy, for posting 2 of yours. Let's look at something someone else did with the same design. And once you get the design, you can change it up in all kinds of colors, right? Look at this one from Sharon. She did this for her niece's housewarming party. Look how beautiful that turned out. This is Home Sweet Home, but she did it in blues. I love that she added a little key to the tassel there. Here's a little up close to see how pretty that blue and green mixture is together. Nicely done, Sharon. She also put on the little leather tag, you can see the leather tag in the background. She put her niece's address on there just as a little keepsake, right? A memento of this special time in her niece's life with getting a new home. So wonderful idea, Sharon. Thank you so much for sharing that. Hey, we would love to see your pictures, of course, of what you're making so that you can inspire us all. You can do that over at Machine Embroidery with Kimberbell Facebook page. It is a private page, but it used to be called Bellas and Fellas. It's now Machine Embroidery with Kimberbell. We'd love to have you join us over there. All right. Okay, moving on. We have some new background quilting. We're talking all things background quilting today, you guys, and I'm super excited about these 5 new designs. Now, maybe my digitizers that are waiting in the wings are going 5. I thought we only added 2 this week. Oh no, because last week I forgot to bring them up because of the sale. Remember that little sale we did last week? So we're going to talk about last week's designs in case you haven't seen them yet, and this week's design. But in any case, they're all new and they're all so stinking cute, right? Take a look at this. This one was Animal. I think it's called Animal 16. Woo! There we go. Bunnies, bunnies, bunnies galore. And don't you love the simplicity of that outline? And as you can see, it is on navy blue fabric, which means it's a large scale quilting design. Love it. Perfect for this time of the year, right? How about another large scale quilting design that is also perfect for this time of the year? This is called Easter 8, and a lot of people have been asking about something like this with the cross and with some daffodils. It's absolutely gorgeous, isn't it? Nicely done, our background quilting team. That again also is a large scale quilting design. We're going to put a link in the notes to just a whole slew of brand new ones so that you don't miss any of them. Okay. This one also came out last week, and this is a what we would call a block by block border. Again, very, very nice to have something geometric like that. Of course, it looks like some quilt blocks within quilt blocks within quilt blocks, right? And there you can see you get smaller ones at a 1, 2, and 3 inch size. And then the wider ones, yep, over here are 4, 5, and 6 inch widths. Yes. In fact, when we were talking about this on Monday, Cassie and I, someone mentioned that they love the more geometric ones as well, because it can be used on anything, and that certainly can do that as well. Now, going on to this week's brand spanking new quilting designs. They're darling. And Kim, yes, me, made a mistake on Monday by showing it a little tad early. I was so excited to show some of those designs, and some of them weren't quite out yet, but they are today. So if you were looking for Floral 16 that I showed because I loved it so much, oh yes, it's now here. Okay. Oh my goodness. When you really get excited about something and it's just sitting there, tempting me to show you, I might do it. And I did. So I know some people were looking for that again, and now it is available today. Another spring-like, floral-like one that is so beautiful. I mean, I want to ask our digitizers how they came up with this because it was so unique. Is this new border design? Take a look at this. Oh my gosh. Okay. I know it's tough to see in that little snapshot. I'm going to show you a bigger picture here in a minute, but what's going on. But as you can see over here, you've got the little watering cans of the 1 and 2 inch borders. But wait till you see the bigger image of this. I'm going to show you. But as you can tell, there's some letters going on, spelling some words with florals around it. Take a look at what it looks like. You can do this as several different words. You can have sun, rain, bloom, and flower. And make sure you look at all the extracts that are listed on that page as well, so that you can see which sizes of hoops you need for which words, okay? Or which sizes of embroidery fields, I should say even more, that you need for the different words to fill them out. Rain, oh my gosh, flower, bloom. I love it. Isn't that cool? That's super cool, right? And 30% off right now. You don't even need a coupon code, my friends. You just put in all the background quilting files to your heart's desire, and it'll come off automatically at checkout. Pretty cool. Ah, yes, Kwana. She says, love the new border design with the watering cans. Isn't that cool? I love what they did with that. Madeline says, the bloom design is amazing. Oh, yes. And Susie says she likes the spring focus. Anita says, those are super cute. Summer borders, those watering cans. Oh my goodness. Hey, you guys, that is going to make two people's day today in particular, because as you can imagine, it takes a dream team behind the scenes to make things like this possible. And boy, do we have a dream team. We call them the small but mighty team. We also call them the nighttime ninjas. They'll tell you why here in just a minute. But please welcome two of my friends who are part of a team that make all the background quilting possible. Everyone say hello to Mookie and Liz.
Hi.
Hi, guys. How are you doing?
Good.
So good. So happy to be here.
Yes. Liz, you're coming to us from Oregon,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
And Mookie is right here in Cache Valley, Utah. Both moms and digitizers and brilliant creators. As I mentioned earlier, I know people have met you before and kind of know a little bit more about what you do, but we also, as I mentioned, call you the nighttime ninjas. Mookie, will you explain that a little bit?
Yeah, so like you said, we are a group of stay-at-home moms, which is true, except for we do have someone who's not a stay-at-home mom now, which is exciting. So we're a team of 5. We have Liz, who is amazing. She is our product manager, and
Right there.
works from home. Yep, you guys know Liz. She's right there. I can't say enough amazing things about her. She does so good at pushing us to come out with the best designs, and her eye is just all of the designs that she does. I'm always like, oh my gosh, that's so cute. And yeah, she's amazing. We love her. Such a great friend too. Can't say enough about Liz. And then there's me. I also stay at home. I do get to go in the office occasionally, which is really fun to see everyone and check in and be like, hey, background quilting team, we're real. We work here too. But then we have Jenica. She actually lives here in my neighborhood. We're friends outside of work, which is fun. And she brings such an amazing, she's also one of the designers for our team, and she brings in such an amazing style. We have such great quilting designs from her, and she just completes our little design team so well. I can't say enough good things about our team. We have Ashley, who is also a stay-at-home mom, and she is just consistent. She helps us create the artwork in all the sizes after the initial design has been made. And we just got Melissa, and I don't know a ton about Melissa other than that she is amazing at clothing design, which brings a different perspective to our team. I know that she's had a lot of like outfits that have won competitions. She had some that went on the runway in Spain that were Alice in Wonderland themed. So
I did not know that.
Yeah, we're excited to have her, and she is going to start digitizing for us. So
wow, that's amazing. I did not realize that. And with the whole nighttime thing, a lot of times their work is in the later.
Yes, I missed the main question. I was too excited.
It's okay. But yeah, right?
We
I
cross
mean,
paths about 10 o'clock sometimes, or even 11:30, depending on the day. So we
oh
always
my
like
gosh.
message each other, like, "Hey, I see you're on. We're working together. This is fun." So yeah, we get
I
a lot
love that.
in the night.
I love that. So fun. We are very grateful here at Kimberbell, and I know all of you guys out there are very grateful for what these 5 ladies do. They're amazing in so many ways, and they just keep coming up with creative ideas. I'm blown away by it. But one of the coolest things that has happened in the last year, maybe, Liz, you can correct me if I'm wrong here, but are the large scale background quilting designs, right? Do you want to tell us about that a little bit, how that came to be?
I would love to. We also love the large scale designs. We've had so much fun with this new category. It has been almost a year now that they came out. We started these 2 new colors, we call them. The colors for the large scale designs are the dark blue, so the navy,
I'll
which is
bring some of these out here.
the
Okay, so
clear blue
dark blue.
tiles, large scale designs. And then we started the yellow category, which is the block by block large scale design. So they don't come with CVD files, but we also just always love block by block designs because they are amazing for setting up your block for adding applique or embellishments and things like that. So those 2 colors were added last year, and we have received such a good response to it, to those colors. I think that it was kind of something that we felt like we were missing in the background quilting. We wanted designs that you could stitch out really quick for really large projects because we saw so many of you stitching large, amazing quilts, and we just wanted to kind of offer something that felt a little bit like you could throw it on the machine and stitch it really quick. So that's kind of where the large scale idea kind of came from, is we wanted to be able to stitch things a little bit quicker. So with the large scale designs, we designed them with larger elements.
Yeah.
So the elements are bigger, they stitch out faster. The size ranges for the large scale designs run from 4x4, that's the smallest size, and they go all the way up to a 10x16 size.
And that's amazing because someone with a 4x4 who's just entering into, this world of machine embroidery oftentimes might think they can't do a lot with a 4x4. But you guys have made it possible, and it's still the large scale.
Exactly. We don't want to exclude anybody from being able to use these amazing designs. They have been, just so much fun. And I just like a little teaser is that we are really pushing a lot more large scale designs this year because we see that you guys love them and you want more. So we've really been designing a lot of them. So you'll see more and more come out. We know that you want them. We got to fill up all of our holidays with the large scale designs. So we have some kind of areas we need to fill in with large scale. So that's kind of a little bit about large scale designs.
Okay, I'm going to show you one of my favorites that I did not take the time to see if it's even out now. So this is either a sneak peek to all y'all, and they're going to tell me, Kim, no, it's not out, or maybe it is out and I just don't remember because there's so many of them. But what about this strawberry design?
Sneak peek. We love sneak peeks are good. I think it's great. Yeah, show them. It's so cute, right?
Look at that.
It is one of my favorites as well. It is adorable.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Do you remember off the top of your head when it comes out?
It comes out in 2 months. So it's going to be in May.
See how far ahead they are? They are so far ahead in their design process that these are already stitched out and tested. And so you guys tease me with this stuff. Okay, who is thinking strawberries? Oh my goodness. Yeah. Anita says, oh Lordy, I need it.
Sorry.
I know. Me too. Oh my goodness. Yeah, everyone's saying that's adorable. Well, you're welcome then. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, I want to ask you a few more questions. But before we do, if all of this background quilting stuff is new to you and you're thinking, okay, well, how is this done? Of course, we use clear blue tiles in many cases, our clear blue tile system. And so let me show you what that looks like if you're looking for this wherever Kimberbell products are sold, right there. That's what you're looking for. We have different sizes of these tiles, and it's just like a placement tile. So you know exactly where to set your needle down into, and it's going to design within the perimeter of that tile. That is a really brief overview of it, but this video is going to help explain it a little bit better. But also I want to show you this 3 easy steps. You place your tile down, you mark it, and then you quilt it. And it really is that easy. So with that being said, let's take a look at this quick little video we pulled together a while ago. And then we're going to come back to these guys with some more questions. Okay, let's take a look. Would you like professional all-over quilting without using a long arm? Take your projects across the finish line with your home embroidering machine and Kimberbell's Clear Blue Tiles. Clear Blue Tiles work with any size of hoop and could not be any easier to use. Simply place your tile, mark your fabric, and quilt the coordinating embroidery file. Your background quilting will continuously flow across your quilt, just like you used a long arm machine. And just look at these incredible designs. This table runner is ready for summer celebrations with rockets, fireworks, and stars. And this baby quilt could not be any cuter with whimsical swirls and butterflies. Here's another one for the nursery. Just look at these fun airplanes and loop-de-loop swirls. And this cozy quilt is stitched with darling houses for an extra homey touch. How fun is this festive pattern for the holidays? We've got gingerbread men, holly leaves, candy canes, and peppermints. Everything to make Christmas merry and bright. These designs are just the tip of the iceberg. And notice that because you're stitching through a quilt sandwich, the background quilting shows on both sides of the project, just like you used a long arm, but for a fraction of the cost. You won't believe how many designs there are to choose from. With clear blue tiles and an expanding quilting library, you can quilt any project right in the hoop. Okay, isn't that so fun to see? You two have got to feel pretty darn good about what you guys have been able to accomplish with this system. Do you think?
Totally.
I hope you do. I hope you are so proud of yourselves because you are just amazing. And the fact that we can quilt just like, you know, it was on a long arm machine where it's quilting through all 3 layers is phenomenal. I love it. I love, love, love it. Okay, so I've got a really hot topic here for you. Are you ready for this? If you had to choose your top 3 favorite background quilting designs, and I did give them a little fair warning here so that I could pull up images. What would they be? And I had a laugh when Liz told me, well, okay, these are my current top 3 favorite, right?
Yes. Changes all the
Hard.
time.
It's a process.
You saw Cassie and I on Monday talking about these, and then I brought out this massive stack.
Yeah.
I didn't get through all of them, as you know. So I might throw in a few of my own favorites, but we want you to be inspired by these. So let's start with Mookie. Tell us your top 3 favorite, and I'll pull them up as we go. If you happen to know the name of them, that's even an extra bonus so that people can find them easily. But
yes, I did write them down, so I was prepared because I knew people would probably ask because they're adorable.
They are.
So my first favorite right now, like
right now,
it was also very hard to only pick 3, so you're gonna get like verbal sneak peeks of other ones that I like. But I'm gonna choose Mythic 4. I don't know if that. Yep, okay, there it is. I actually have a project that I want to use this one on, which is why I'm like slightly obsessed with it. I am an October birthday, so all things like Halloween and spooky is like my favorite thing. So, um, yeah, I have a Harry Potter themed quilt that I'm going to be using that on for my reading room. So, I'm very excited.
Perfect.
I
Okay.
have a ton of unfinished projects. That is one of them. I cut the fabric out for it a year ago, so I am hoping to start sewing it soon.
You can do it.
Yes, I gotta motivate myself. My husband bought me a new sewing machine, so it's good motivation.
Oh, yay.
Awesome. Okay, so what's your next one?
My next one is Border Christmas 6. And
Mm-hmm.
I was telling these ladies earlier that I apparently am obsessed with borders because there were like 8 of them on my final like list of my favorites. This is one that Liz did for a bench pillow. It's can't remember the name of the bench pillow.
Nativity bench pillow. Yeah.
The Nativity, yes. And
Yes.
I just feel like it is such a beautiful design when it gets put together and it really adds to the project. I think that's why I like borders so much because, you know, we are called background quilting. But I feel like the borders really we get to like shine and showcase like that. It adds so much to your quilt. Like
I agree.
another one of my favorite borders is the pumpkin and potions borders. I just feel like it is so cute and such a
You
great.
threw that in there, Mookie.
She did.
I threw that. I also
Yeah,
like
you're right.
Border Mushroom One. It has a ton of gnomes and mushrooms on it.
I have that here
Love that one.
because I actually picked that one out too.
So
Look
cute.
at that.
It is so fun.
So cute. And then the little inner border to match are the mushrooms.
So
Darling.
whimsical and magical. It's just so darling.
Awesome. Okay.
They're so fun to see stitched out like in person.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
even today's spring border.
Oh, right.
So fun. So fun.
Labor
If you
of
put
love,
2
though,
layers
I have
of
to
batting
say.
too. Here's a tip. Put 2 layers of batting and those words will just like super pop off of your.
It'll be kind of like Trapunto, right?
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay, now you got me thinking. I love that. I love that. Real quick, because she mentioned this one, I actually had pulled this one as well to show that this makes a great, inside all over quilting. And then if you want those borders to really pop with some extra little gnomes in there, that would be a cute combo.
So cute. So cute.
Okay. And
Yeah, and then my last one is Weather One. This is an oldie but a goodie. It is from the Spring Showers quilting bundle.
yeah.
But I've always loved it. This was actually done right before I joined the background quilting team by Liz, and I think it's amazing. It's a beautiful design. But Raindrops, my daughter's middle name is Rain. So how do I not love Raindrops? And that one has always been one of my favorites. So
Yes, I
and
love
it goes
that.
really well with Spring One, which is a cute tumble of umbrellas, and you can come up with so many cute projects with that.
Oh my gosh. I love that. I totally agree with you too. It's one that even though it's raindrops, I could see that still being used in other places too. Because it doesn't scream raindrops, but it is raindrops. Yeah. Beautifully done, Liz. Way to go on that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Mookie, thank you for sharing your top 5. You know what? I have no room to talk because just wait till you see what I've got. Okay. All right. Liz, how about you?
Oh my gosh. Like Mookie said, it was so hard to decide. We have 400 now out quilting designs. So I was just like scrolling through the catalog and like every single one, I'm like, oh my gosh, I love that one. I love that one. And so I have to sing Mookie's praises because she said that she always feels like mine are amazing. But I'm like, every time Mookie comes out with a new design, I'm like, oh, that's beautiful. Like she just has such a wonderful sense of design and she just kicks out some of my absolute favorites.
Yeah.
So my top 3 currently, one of them is called Loops 3.
Okay.
And it's a block by block design. Every time I see this one, I just love it. I feel like it's such a good like one to have in your library because it complements all the other designs that have loops in them so well. And it's just such a cute, like linear loop design. It looks so like drawn and just so cute. So it's one of my absolute
Yeah, I
favorites.
like that it's not so uniform. It looks more like doodling, right?
Yeah, it's
I
very
love that.
doodly. And it's just, yeah, it complements any other design super well. So
Mhm.
that's one of my all-time favorites.
Okay.
My next favorite is Easter 5.
Yes.
This
Mhm.
is just a really fun one. And I actually really like it today because it complements Animal 16, which just came out very well with like the really simple silhouettes, large scale
Oh, sure.
dark
Yeah.
blue bunnies that just came out today. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I just love it. I think it's so cute with the foliage and the
Oh my
silhouettes. I
gosh.
just think it's
Yes.
fun for Easter. I think it's fun for like babies too. Like you can see like a baby quilt. So cute.
Yeah. That
Anyway,
is just sweet.
it
Oh
is so
my gosh. Can you picture a baby quilt with like soft muted, like pinks and greens and like a really, oh, like a tangerine color, but muted?
pretty. I
So
love
cute.
it.
Mint. Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
one of
Okay.
my favorite things about background quilting is like it almost becomes a fabric in itself. If you do like
Yes.
just solid fabric and you do the background quilting on top, it almost like shines
Yeah.
as its own and becomes a texture, becomes like a fabric pattern. So I
Yeah.
love
I
that.
agree.
Yeah.
Okay. And your third one.
My third one, I had to pick my top favorite dark blue or large scale clear blue tiles designs, and it's Entertainment One. Every time I see it, it just makes me smile. It makes me like super nostalgic of like
Yes.
playing Nintendo with my siblings, and I just love it. I think it's super fun with the controllers and the words and the pizza, and it just, I don't know, just is like a fun one. I just think it's really fun. I'm like a little bit of a gamer myself, so I enjoyed putting that one together. I thought it was really,
That took me
really
right
cute.
back too,
Yeah.
because yeah, what my kids growing up, girls, my daughter and my boys, they loved it. We that kind of bonded us together in at many times, and so to see that old, controller on there was so
Yes,
cute. Kind of gives it a fun vintage vibe,
it does.
but I think sometimes we think of like, oh, there's just quilting designs for young kids, but this definitely brings it to teens and tweens, wouldn't you say?
Totally,
Or even
totally.
grown adults.
I agree, totally, and, like, with Father's Day coming up in a month or 2, I feel like
Yeah,
if you've got a dad who enjoys relaxing and playing a game, I think that would be
yeah,
really cute too.
yeah. Oh
Think
my
it's
gosh. Okay, so in trying to find these background quilting designs, I want to give you a few tips. The first one is that you're going to go to kimberbell.com and at the top it's going to say shop, and then you want to click on background quilting. Okay, so shop background quilting, and then that will pull up something that looks like this. You're going to see a video there from me about clear blue tiles and all the things, but I want you to look in particular at on this side down below where it says all designs. I think sometimes if you want to see like the most recent and go through page by page by page, you would click on all designs. But we also have them by project, by season, by holiday, by theme. We have large scale, you know, background quilting designs and all the things. So all the categories are there. But when I click on all designs, this is a screenshot of what I'm seeing as of this morning, right? I'm going to see all of those background quilting designs in the most recent order because I sorted it by the latest. So over here, oh gosh, on the right-hand side, it's not showing me, but on the right-hand side, it says sort by latest, and that's where you can see them all so that you can, find them easily. And don't forget, they're 30% off right now, just automatically when you put them in your cart. But that being said, we have a lot of designs. Liz, you mentioned like over 400
Yeah,
designs now.
yeah.
That's a lot to sort through. It's a
Mm.
lot to remember. We do have a thing on the website, like, if you purchase this design, it'll tell you kind of thing. But there's also an even easier way to keep track of your designs. And I love it because now I have almost like a reference guide. And that is what we call our background quilting catalog. Liz, please tell us about this. Let me pull it up. It's a free download right there. It's the Kimberbell Quilting Catalog. You can see here, you can put it in a 3-ring binder very easily. And what I love is look at those icons. It is showing you what color of it's in, meaning, you know what your clear blue tiles can use, you know what the borders are, you even know the part numbers and everything. It's all listed there for you. Tell us about that, Liz.
Yeah, since it's free, it's so easy to download. And since we are always adding more background quilting, like almost 2 every single week, we update the quilting catalog every month for you guys. So every month, the last day of the month, we drop the new updated catalog, and all you have to do to get that is you go onto your digital library on kimberbell.com, and you just have to go down and scroll to find your download of your purchase of the free background quilting catalog and just hit download, and it will download the latest file. And that's kind of like the way that you kind of keep it up to date. With the background quilting catalog, we kind of tell you which pages get updated as well. We do that through the background quilting wrap-up email that comes out once a month as well. It'll tell you what pages to reprint if you're wanting to keep it up to date every month.
Oh, that's nice.
It's
So
really
then you
nice.
don't have to reprint everything that you had before.
Exactly, because there's so many pages, right?
Makes
So
sense,
you
yeah.
only have like 5 or 6 pages to reprint if you're
Mhm.
wanting to update it every month. Another little I guess insider information that is helpful if you missed the background quilting wrap-up email, or if you've missed updating in the past months. If you go to the web listing for the background quilting catalog, at the bottom of the page there is listed out every single month and what pages got updated. So it'll say
Oh, yes.
March 2025, these pages were updated. So that's something that
Mhm.
if you missed a couple months updating and you want to go make sure that you got those updated pages, go through that and just go look at the web listing for that catalog again, and all that information is there for you.
That is so handy because I want to, like, when I go to do a project, I just want to flip through and go, oh, yep, that's the one I want to use. And I know that I have it and it's in my digital library at Kimberbell. It just makes it so easy.
Yeah, and that's
I
one
really love
cool
that.
thing about the catalog too, is it has like these little icons that you can mark if you've purchased one of them. So there's like a little box you can do a little check mark to say I purchased this one.
Yeah.
And one really cool thing that I think is really helpful too, if you've bought a background quilting bundle, when the individual designs in that bundle are in the catalog, there's a little note at the bottom of them that says this was included in Mini Quilts Volume 1, so
Oh.
that you can know before you purchase it, go and look and be like, oh, I actually bought that quilting bundle, so I don't need to buy this individual design. So that's like a
Oh.
really helpful thing too.
That is a lot of people, a few people that I've seen here so far have asked about that, whether, the bundle thing. And that's
Yeah.
exactly right. I
'Cause
love
that's one
that.
of the hiccups with the website is, like, when you buy a quilting bundle, it can't tell you that you bought those individual designs, it just shows you that you bought the quilting bundle, so sometimes people
Ah,
will accidentally buy the individual and already have it in the quilting bundle, so
right. So
that's
the
just
catalog is where you want to
Yes,
go.
yes,
And I would say always look at the catalog first, right?
yes, I would
Okay. I love
I
that because then you're saying, "Yep, I got that one, I got that one, I got that one." And I
exactly,
love how it cross references in the catalog.
it does.
You're thinking.
Yes, yes.
You are thinking. Mary wants to know, is there a list of quilting designs that are in the me time projects in the catalog?
Yes, that is such a good question. So the background quilting catalog actually has like 7 sections, and one of the sections addresses the me time or the perfectly pieced exclusive quilting designs. So just those few pages will show you what month that design came with, and it'll show like a little icon of the block that came with that
Yeah,
subscription too, so you can kind of have a visual of, okay, I did buy that box and I do have that design. So that's a way you can keep
I
track of your me
love
time
that.
designs too. There's a section for Bella Box exclusive quilting and any other exclusive quilting that you get with events as well. Sometimes
Mhm.
the events get an exclusive quilting, so there's a section for that as well. So
That's
you can keep track of
fantastic.
everything. Yeah.
We're trying to just share it all, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, it's all
If you
there for you.
wanna
You just want to make sure and download that catalog.
Yeah, and if you
I'm gonna go download my updates today because I
Oh, no.
forget that that's going on. But
Yes.
you do get it. You can get an email, so sign up for our emails.
Yeah.
If you didn't get one on what is it the last day of the month you said or somewhere?
The email kinda goes out, I think it's, like, the first week of the month.
Okay.
So it'll be, like, after that gets updated, you have to wait a couple weeks to get that page
Okay.
information, but
Okay.
the file gets updated on the last day of the month for the month, if that makes sense. So,
Yeah, it
yeah.
does. It does. I think that is so helpful. And sometimes I just forget that I
Yeah.
need to do that. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I pulled this up here from Devon. She says, need to get more confidence in myself to do quilting. And then Anne agreed with her and said, me too, scary. What would you guys say? Everyone in the comments who's done background quilting with Kimberbell, chime in and let Anne and Devon know your experience with it. But what would you guys suggest to these ladies who are a little nervous to try it? Understandably, right?
I'll go first, Liz. So we're not cutting each other off. I actually quilted with clear blue tiles a quilt for my sister that I finished probably May of last year. And I don't own an embroidery machine. And I also don't know how to sew a straight line. So that's always been a joke about me is don't let me make your sample. Like I can't sew the line straight, but I can make a straight line on the computer that you can follow. So um, I understand that there's a lot of information around it and that it seems so intimidating. But as soon as you're like following it and doing it, you're like, oh, this is actually really easy and very straightforward. It's just you got to take that leap of faith. You just got to dive right in and then you will never stop.
Oh my gosh,
So
yes.
true. I would echo that. I was gonna say it's a bit addictive. Like, the first time I did it, I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is so easy, and
Yeah.
it's so fun."
Yeah.
So, it became, like, something, like, I just kept wanting to go and go and go. I was like, I've gotta use all these quilting designs, and I've gotta quilt everything." Like, I need more things to quilt. So, it is so easy, it is addictive, you'll love it. Once you start, you will not be able to stop. It's amazing.
And you'll wonder why it took you so long to open up the package, right? If you've
Yeah.
already opened up clear blue tiles or done any of the background quilting or have been hesitant to do it, you're going to go, once you do it, you're going to go, oh my gosh, well, this was easier than I thought, right? And it is addicting. I think, based on what happened on Monday, where Cassie and I were talking about background quilting, and then today's conversation, it sounds like it would be really helpful if we did some kind of webinar where we could like bring you in and just like do it together, right? Step by step. And then you could see how truly easy it is. So actually, our marketing team is working on something for that very thing. And watch for it, in the next few months or whatever. We'll let you know. But I think it's important to just like give it a whirl, as I say, give it a try, and see for yourself that it is easier than you may think. Someone asked if you had to line things up, and the beautiful thing about how these are digitized is no. No, the only ones you would line up would be, see, this is, I can show my fun camping border that I'm about to do for Ryan. Oh, he's not watching this, but he's getting into camping now. And so I want to do something like this. Why would this be the only one that you would line up, Liz?
So with the block by block borders, a lot of times they're meant to kind of like continue the pattern at certain points. I like to say like connecting points. So with that bookshelf, I love that bookshelf. It's so cute. It has that little line at the bottom of the bookshelf line that will line up from hooping to hooping, with words too, and just anything that's like the block by block borders a lot of times are like one repeated element. That's kind of how they started, as like one repeated element over and over and over again, and you want those to line up perfectly. But with the method of block by block borders, it's so easy for them to line up. It's like the machine does it for you.
Yeah.
It's just super user friendly.
Well,
So
it's
really,
because of how you digitized it, which is
yeah,
brilliant.
yeah,
Brilliant. It made it so easy to do this. So on with borders, real quick.
yeah.
Dark gray is just kind of an all over border design, right?
It is. For a lot of times
On
it's like
dark
a more
gray.
all over. You can use the clear blue tiles with that too. So it's,
Mhm.
after your project or quilt is completed, you can then kind of place your border where you want it, which is a fun
And
way to do that.
then there's light gray,
Mhm.
and that would be more
Block by
your
block
block by
only.
block that do line. So everything
Yeah.
else you don't line up, but
Yeah.
this one you do, but in a very simple way that your mind's going to be blown. And it's because of these two digitizers and their team that made something like that so easily possible. Someone asked about where's the football design? Oh, there's a football design out there.
Yes. Oh my
Yes,
gosh.
there
Fun
is.
one.
So there's definitely one. I think our search function could use a little work with because it might be called sports something, right? But there is definitely a football one.
That's another tip is we like to use really generic words for anything that falls into that category. So any sport is going to be named sport and then a number. Anything that's spring is going to be spring and then a number. And so just even if you're like, oh, I wonder if they have any, mushroom designs, you can type in mushroom and anything would be labeled under mushroom, or stars or star. It's pretty simple. So
Yeah, absolutely. They're kind of by theme, so makes it
That's
really easy to
awesome.
look. Football is sport 2.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
I use the catalog.
Good thought.
I have to show you my favorite one for spring right now. I did show this on Monday, but I can't help myself.
I'm
That
obsessed
is
with
a
that one too.
beautiful all over spring quilting design, isn't it?
I love that one. Mookie designed that one, and it's one of my absolute favorites. I almost shared that as one of my favorites. It's just so whimsical.
Yeah.
Like I just can see like a fairy tale, like florals. It's just so cute. I love it.
And then this one. I promise this will be my last one to share, but
I love that one
look
too.
at the bumblebees.
That's a fun
Yes.
one.
Do
I
you know
almost
what this
picked that
one
one
is
too,
called?
Kim. You and I are on the same wavelength today.
I'm looking for that one. Let's see what that one's called. It's got to be like spring something.
It's very sophisticated looking with that bee. Spring something. Okay.
Or insect, maybe?
Insect.
Or maybe insect.
Okay.
Okay. 30% off. Can't go wrong, guys. Wow. Well, thank you so much for joining me today, guys. I am so grateful for what you do. I know everyone else is too. Please tell your team how much I love them. I try to as often as I can, but boy, I cannot thank them enough for what they do. We've had a few team members that have come and go for, they moved or different variety of reasons, and they have always been wonderful. So boy, you guys are rock solid over there on the background quilting team. And I love that our viewers can see the real people behind this, that it just doesn't magically happen. There's really some special people behind making this stuff work. So thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, Kim.
All right, stay with me, guys, everyone out there. I'm going to let these two go back to whatever you guys were doing. But stay with me because we've got a fun background quilting giveaway to do here in just a few minutes. So join us for that. All right. Thanks, Mookie and Liz. Everyone say goodbye to these ladies.
Thanks for having us.
If you have ideas for background quilting, you know what to do. Send them into our website. We have a contact form, and they're always looking at those.
We are.
Yeah.
Always.
Thanks, guys. Have a great day.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye. Aren't they awesome? I love that you guys can just get to know them better and see that, Yeah, these are pretty awesome people behind the scenes here at Kimberbell that make the magic happen, right? All right, everyone. Well, we are close to the end of our hour. So you know what I'm going to do? I did talk about decorating for spring, summer, 4th of July and such, but I think I'm going to save that for next week, just so that we can keep to our hour. But don't forget, 30% off regularly priced background quilting going on right now. That also includes the bundles that are regularly priced. So that's going to save you a whole bundle of money there to get that. And it's no coupon needed. Like I said, it's automatically taken off when you put it into your cart. All right. But for next week, I will show you, I'll give you a little sneak peek. I was doing some decorating for spring. Finally got some winter stuff down, and I can't help myself but think about these brand new punch needle designs from Kimberbell that are perfectly matched for spring, summer, all the things, but especially they match the Hoppin' Down the Bunny Trail pillow. But as I was looking at this image, which I love, and I love that, it's got the pillow under there, and then you've got the frames, the collage of frames, I should say, on the wall. Sometimes we don't have wall space, right? So I want to invite you into my home, and I'll show you all the pictures next week where I've decorated my entryway. I'll show you a picture here. I've decorated my entryway to just be a little touch of spring. But do you see some of the punch needle designs that are in there? They're not hung on a wall. They're just placed on a table. And with a few little switcheroos of some little elements, decorating elements, I was able to create a little scene on that side table when you walk into my entryway. So anyway, I'll show you all the pictures next week, but I literally took the same 3 punch needle designs, the ladybug, the flowers, the mushroom, and I used it for spring decorating. Then I switched a few things out to make it for Easter decorating. Then I switched a few things out to make it for summer, just general summer decorating. And then I switched a few things out to make it 4th of July. All still with the same punch needle designs that started it all. So I'm going to show you a quick sneak peek of, let's see, maybe this is 4th of July, but I'll go into a lot more details next week. So anyway, join me for that. These are the designs, the punch needle designs. If you've ever wanted to try them, this is now the time to do it, because this is one of the easiest ones you'll ever do. So it's a very beginner project. It's called pop, something, bloom, pop, flower, pop of flower. I can't remember what it's called, but look at the link in the comments and it'll take you there. And then we've got the cute little mushroom. I love texture. I know you guys love texture too. So these 3 are perfect for decorating right now into the midsummer for sure. All right, everyone. Thanks for joining me today. As we close, I want to give away some background quilting designs. So by answering this question either on Facebook or YouTube within just the comment section below this video, I want you to let me know what background quilting design that was shown today, whether it's the 5 brand new ones that just got listed, or it was ones that Mookie or myself or Liz showed. Which one of those you went, oh, I kind of like that. Yeah, I could see using that. Let us know in the comments, because 3 people will win any 3 designs from anything on the Kimberbell background quilting website that are single designs, okay, with all the sizes. 3 people will win 3 of their choice, and we will announce those winners Friday morning on our Facebook page. All right. All right, everyone. I think that's it. Let me know in the comments what's catching your eye. Oh, lots of people saying the mushroom with the gnome border. Yep, Mookie and I would agree with you on that one for sure. The strawberry one is coming up a lot. I know. Do I really have to wait 2 months? Maybe I can pull some strings. Maybe with these guys and say, "Can we please get it sooner?" I don't know. I'll see what I can do, guys. I'll see what I can do because 2 months is way too long to wait for the cutest strawberry design. And where did it go? Oh, that you ever did see, right? Do you agree with me? It's 2 months is too long to wait. I'll see what I can do. All right. Okay, you guys are loving all of it. Go have fun shopping. Why don't you? The sale goes on through next Monday at 10 a.m. because that's when things switch over. So next Monday, 10 a.m. Mountain Time, you can now save 30% on all those. All right. Have a great day, everyone. Keep doing what you love and keep experiencing the joy of creativity. And I would also add, get out those background quilting designs and start using them. Have a whole lot of fun. Bye-bye.